Hi, I'm Michelle May Anderson, and I am here to tell you about an account with my son. Most of you who have seen my last video know what's going on, but some of you that might watch this for the first time do not know what's going on. So my son on July 25th had I would call it a planned accident. At least that's what it was told to me, is how it went down. He died by suicide, and immediately I started getting messages from him, and it was really, at first I was like, I was super open. I always have been open to the messages, but I was like, wow. At first it came so quick and so often that it was almost like, okay, this is too good to be true. But they kept coming, and they kept coming, and I kept getting messages from people that were empathetic, and people that had actually had a near-death experience. I guess that's the best way to explain it. So I'm going to tell about an experience right now with my son where he actually had spoken to one of my friends. Sorry, I'm kind of shaky. Makes me nervous to tell this story because some people will believe it and some people won't, obviously. He started giving me verbal messages, right off the bat. And but this in particular message just came recently, and it was right after Christmas. My friend ended up going into the hospital, and he had a massive heart attack. And the first time he had a heart attack, he got the gift of seeing the other side. And when he had this massive heart attack, he actually was able to see my son from the other side. And someday I'll tell that story. But for now, I'm going to talk about what happened after. So we were at lunch and we were talking, and my son showed up, and he basically went through all the things that he wanted to tell me. And at the very end of the conversation, my son said to my friend, he said, "Tell my mom to watch out for the bathroom." And my friend told me, "Morgan said to tell you to watch out for the bathroom." And he said, "I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means it's the bathroom door or what, but be watching out for the bathroom." So for the next week, I was watching out for the bathroom. Lo and behold, the next Monday happened, and it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, and everything's pitch black. I'm starting to come to, and all of a sudden my dog starts growling like there's someone next to her at the edge of the bed. And then all of a sudden she jumps off the bed and goes running to the bathroom like she's gonna go running in the bathroom, but she stops at the bathroom door like somebody's standing in front of her, and she's just barking like crazy, and all the hairs raised up on the back of her, and her tail's going crazy. And I am grabbing my phone because I have those Hue lights, and if you guys know what those do, you can turn them on with your phone or you can turn them on with Alexa. They are run by Wi-Fi. And I couldn't get the light to turn off. And there goes Alexa. Anyway, so I couldn't get the light to turn on, and I was starting to get a little freaked out. I wasn't scared. I wasn't in a panic because I had been forewarned that this was going to happen. So I jumped off my bed. I go running into the bathroom. I flipped the light off, and then I flipped the light back on. And I'm like, "Geez, Morgan, don't freak me out like that." Obviously, there was nobody there, but I was told that I should watch out for the bathroom, so I knew it was my son. So shortly after that, I'd understood that some things that have been going on for the past few months with my granddaughter and her dad. She had been playing hide and seek with the monster. And I think it started about October of 2017. And I started to realize that the monster was her dad. So one day I was driving, and it was around the 2nd of December, and I hadn't quite figured it out then that her dad was the monster. But we were passing by one of the temples in South Jordan, and everybody knows me. I am the non-religious. I don't go to church. I'm spiritual, but I am the non-church going person. This little girl has never, ever been taught anything about God or Jesus or anything. Like, she's never been to church one time. She's never even been, not even at Christmas time did we talk or speak about Jesus, but she's just little. Anyways, she's 2, almost 3. But anyway, so we passed by the temple, and we'd been playing tag with the monster, and all of a sudden she said, "Glammy, the monster lives in the castle." And I looked at her and I said, "What did you say?" And so we flipped the car around and we went into the parking lot of the temple, and I did a little recording, which we'll throw up on this video, so you can see what happens, and then we'll go from there.
Navy, where are we?
Where is up there?
Remember where we are?
Where is up there?
Okay,
There's a tree.
Let me back up the car. Where are we? We're at the castle?
Yes.
And what's on top of the castle?
Was I a monster?
There's a monster up on the castle? You gotta be quiet. Who lives at the castle?
He after is.
Okay, let's see. Let me see. What? That looks like two-year-olds. That cracked me up. Quiet.
Okay, so now you got finished watching the short little video that I took that day. And the one thing that I missed in that video was her saying to me that it was the castle was hiding the monster. I got sidetracked on what she was saying and everything, but that day, the reason why it struck me is because I think I started to realize that my son Morgan was the monster. And so I recorded that piece and I threw it up on Facebook. I thought it was hysterical.
Why was she calling her the monster, or calling him the monster?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a good question.
So it sets this into the
Yes, the monster. So we started playing, I don't know, she just came up with one day, we were with Morgan's dad and she started, I thought it was Morgan's dad that was the monster. But I've gone back and looked at some of the video and she's clearly talking about something else. But the tickle monster. So basically what she started doing was running and hiding from the tickle monster. Anyway, we sat and played this game with her for months, and then I started recording more and more and more and more. And around Christmas time, it was Christmas Eve. I was over at my brother's house, and 2-year-olds don't chase monsters. Let me just make that very clear. They don't. And they don't chase monsters downstairs at anyone's house. Period. We all know that. This little girl, when she's chasing the monster, she'll go anywhere. She'll hide anywhere. She doesn't get scared. She's not terrified. She's not freaked out. She's nothing. But when she comes to my house, still, if she wants to go down the stairs, she won't go past the top step unless I'm with her, unless she's chasing the monster. And that is why I started to realize there's something more to this monster than we are all seeing.
So you're saying that this was Morgan at
Yeah.
this point? Okay.
So as of December,
Dads play monster with their kids all the time. That's
Yeah.
what they do. Tickle monsters, very common.
well, but the thing she was so very young when he died. So she was 2.5. So there's a lot of things that she knows that she shouldn't know. But yeah, like he never played Tickle Monster with her when she was alive. He was the angry kid that played the video games in front of her, and I would always go and take her and say, I don't want you playing those terrible games in front of her. And so he was like, well, take her, you know. Not that that made it kind of sound like he was not a very good dad. That is not the case. He just had a thing with stupid video games. But he was actually a really good dad. And he loved his daughter very much. But they didn't play Tickle Monster. Anyway, so when I started to realize there's something more to this monster, I decided to take Navy up to the castle again and do some recording. And I didn't really understand what I was going to get, or I should say I didn't understand what I had got on video until the next day, because Navy was really chatty when I was showing her mom. And in this next video, you're going to see she clearly is talking about the king monster, the prince monster, and the carpenter monster. And I, for some reason, and it happens a lot with me when I go back and review the video, I can understand her perfectly, but when she's telling me, I don't understand. And she's so patient with me, and she's telling me what it is that she's seeing, but she's clearly telling me that she's been playing Tickle Monster with her dad, God, and Jesus himself, the carpenter. Anyway, you can watch the video for yourself. There's a couple different clips of it. I think we'll do them one by one, and then do a little something in between.
What are we buying, Navy? What's up there? What's up there? Is that the castle?
Mm-hmm.
Who lives at the castle? The monster? And who's the monster? Who? Who's the monster?
That's a peanut. That's a peanut.
Do you play hide and seek with the monster?
He's a peanut monster.
He's a what kind of monster?
Tea monster. He's a tea monster.
A Tia monster?
No. Pet monster. Pet monster. A tapper. A tapper monster. A tapper monster.
Hmm. So, how do you know the monster lives in the castle?
Two tassels.
Two? There's two castles?
Two tassels.
And the monster lives there? Do you play tag with the monster?
All of them sketch like that. Pitching like that.
And then what happens when you get the monster?
Punching with the mean nose.
Punch him right in the nose?
With the mean nose.
You're so cute.
Papa.
Well, that's fantastic. Do you like to play, or actually color sharks with your daddy? Do you,
These are sharks.
Daddy likes sharks. What else does he like?
Small, tiny shark.
Small, tiny sharks, huh?
A big shark.
Well, that's neat.
A big shark is 1, 2, 3 sharks.
Oh, 3 sharks?
Yeah, 3 teeth.
And 3 teeth.
Huh?
Do you know if your daddy knows the monster?
My daddy is the lion. Lion.
Your daddy is what?
Lions are cutie.
Your daddy's right inside?
A lion.
Mm.
It touch and eat a kitty lion.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Kitty lion is the what blue one.
Hmm.
The what tree one.
Oh, well, you're rather talkative today about that. Can you tell me, are you going to sleep in your bed tonight, and are you going to sleep all night?
No.
You're not going to sleep all night?
I want my mommy.
Is your daddy going to come give you kisses?
No.
Not tonight?
Yes.
And give you a kiss goodnight?
No.
And then kiss you in the morning when you wake up?
No. Look at my bed.
Oh, yeah, you're going to sleep in your bed.
No. I need to sleep in mommy's bed.
Oh, you're going to sleep in mommy's bed?
I treats.
Oh, okay.
Remember blueberries?
Yes, you've got your blueberries.
I ate them.
Okay, love you.
So I hope you were able to kind of hear what she was saying in that video. And so what happened was I stopped recording and I thought I'd got everything. So I was completely expecting her to be telling me about her daddy, the monster. She now tells us she plays tag with her daddy. Daddy's no longer the monster. But in this next clip, I'd stopped recording and all of a sudden Navy said to me, Glammy, there's a Boyd trophy on the top of that castle. And I was like, holy crap, what did you just say? I'm like, hang on. And I'm grabbing my camera and I'm thinking I have my front facing camera on record, but all I get is just a tiny little clip of her telling me what's on top of the castle. So I'll show that clip next. There, all it is just, it shows my my gauges in my car, but at least you get the idea. So we'll put that on now.
So what does it have on the top of the temple or on the castle? A trophy?
A boy trophy.
It has a Boyd trophy on the castle?
Mhm.
And who told you that?
Mom's be mad at me.
Your mommy's not going to be mad at you, silly
Yes.
girl.
Mommy.
Okay, so I hope that you guys got that. It's a little short clip, but it was enough to actually get me to go, wow, there's something here. Kind of, the non-believer type, not the non-believer. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I believe in all of that stuff, but I have my reservations about religion. Anyway, so this next clip, she clearly talks about being at the castle with the king monster. And understand, this little girl, again, she's had no formal talks of religion. She's never heard the name Jesus. She's never heard God being talked about. She's never heard the word carpenter. So for her to say the king monster, the carpenter monster, and the prince monster, I was like, there's something there. And the trophy, trophy and carpenter, those are pretty big words for her. And for her to say those, they were shocking because those are words she's never heard at my house. She's not heard them at her mom's family's house. They have nothing to do with the church, probably more so than I. Her mom goes to a church now that Morgan is gone, but I think it's non-denominational. But yeah, so Navy, she's never had any contact with anything. And I don't even have a picture up at my house, or I didn't even have a picture up at my house until after Morgan died of Jesus. And I honestly don't think she's even seen it. And she's only been coming here for a month and a half. But we've never even talked about it. The thought never even came into my mind, with going through all the grief and all of the things that I was going through, and then starting to get, more and more messages and more things, that Morgan would do when he would turn on lights, or my dogs would completely just stand and stare like somebody was standing there, but there's no one there, but they would just stare. Or they would stare at the top of the stairs, overlooking the way he would come up the stairs, and just things like that. People would come over and their keys would be in a different place than when they put them down. And car doors would be locking. The fridge would pop, the freezer door would pop open, and water would come out the freezer. You cannot make water come out the freezer door if it's open. It's not possible. Things like that would happen. We would hear sometimes talking and things walking around. The biggest thing was walking up the stairs and walking down the hallway and slamming the doors. That was pretty intense, but lots and lots and lots of activity here.
What is on the top of the castle? What did you just say it was?
Alaska?
No, you said that there was a trophy on top of the castle. Is there a trophy on the castle? What kind of a trophy?
A boy?
A boy trophy. How do you know it's a boy trophy?
Castle.
Who told you?
I touch it.
You can touch it?
No, Daddy.
Daddy can touch it? Oh.
Top button.
He touched the trophy on the top of the temple?
Yes.
Or the castle, I mean? Well, that's awesome.
I want to touch on trophy big button.
Oh, you went and saw the temple and or the castle, and there was a trophy and it was broken? How did it get broken?
Two little buttons pieces. Big button.
Who broke it?
Mommy, Daddy broke it.
Mommy and Daddy broke it?
Wow.
Oh, it fell. Oh, gotcha. Do you see that trophy up there? Can you tell me a little bit about that trophy? And that trophy's a boy, right? Well,
Not my blueberries.
you've got your blueberries. Okay. Well, we'll come back again here and see the castle.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye-bye, castle.
Tata.
So I hope you enjoyed watching what I've got on video. I plan to this weekend, I know it sounds a little hokey, but Navy's dad has requested, and I don't know why this matters, and my friend can't give me an answer because I guess Morgan can't give him an answer in sign language, because that's how he communicates with him here on this plane. But he had asked for me to go get purple balloons. His favorite color is the Ravens purple. So I don't know, y'all know what the Ravens purple is. And so we're gonna go get some purple balloons, and Navy's gonna color on the balloons and write "I love Dad" on there, and then we're gonna let him go up to heaven, and then Morgan can read them. I'm sure he can read them anyways and whatnot, because he's here anyways from what he has explained. His explanation came right after he died. He said when he, he finally died, he looked around and he thought it was just going to be a big bad dream, and everybody was going to wake up and he was going to wake up and everything was going to be fine. And then he said that they could all see us, but we couldn't see them. It was like there was a sheet in between us. But again, they can see us, but we can't see them. So for Morgan, he wanted us to put purple balloons up in the sky for him. And obviously he can go read them because he can go anywhere he wants in the universe. He's not tied to the ground. So with that, we're going to do some more video taking at that time, and we'll hopefully get some more answers from Navy on things that she has seen or maybe experienced. And you can follow me on YouTube, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It's Michelle May Anderson. And we'll put the links up at the end of this, and so you can go ahead and follow me and see more of the videos and things that are happening. And I want to share this because I don't want people to go through what I went through and what Navy went through, thinking that that is the end, that there's nothing else after that, because that's wrong. Here's where I get emotional. There are so many people out there that are going through this, or that have gone through this. And they were like me at first, and still are. I mean, I'm doing much better, but I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't doing so well. And I want them to know that it's possible for them to get these messages and to see these things and to know that their loved one is there. And maybe they just need to believe. That's it. Maybe they just need to believe, or just even know it's possible. So that's why I do this.